I am Goddess Green. Today I am going to be teaching you how to create the love life that you desire. Now, in order to have a full life, a full, happy, balanced, prosperous, healthy life, our relationships are a very big part of that. Everything in life is a relationship. We have a relationship with ourselves, we have a relationship with our self-image, our health, we have relationships with other people, we have a relationship with our consciousness, the way we're using our minds, we have a relationship with our jobs, our careers, and our finances. We have a relationship with the world itself. And whatever emotions the world is reflecting back to you, whatever emotional states you find yourself experiencing day to day, is an indicator of the emotional state you have and the kind of dynamic and relationship you have with life, with your life, with the external world. In order to create the love life that you desire, you have to be aware of this dynamic. You have to be aware of your emotional state, how you're feeling day to day. And then you can start applying the tools that I'm teaching you. The first step is having clarity. You have to be very clear on what it is that you want, why you want that relationship, and how you're going to feel in that relationship experience. Again, what it is that you want, why you want it, and how you're going to feel in that experience. You can do this first of all by meditating. When you meditate, if you've been listening to the rest of my videos, you're going to understand the benefits of meditation and why it's really going to help you in your transformation process. When you meditate, you're going to be able to slow down the thought patterns that you've been thinking all your life. The thought patterns that have been giving you the life that you're living now. The thought patterns that are creating the life you have now and the relationship that you have with the life you have now in all the different areas of life: health, wealth, emotional state, and family. So when you meditate, you can silence your mind and step back from your old ways of thinking that you picked up from your family, from society, from the media, and from other friends that have been narrating their stories about relationships to you. You want to step back from this way of seeing relationships. You want to step back from this pattern of thinking on relationships. Whatever thoughts you're thinking all through the day is creating an emotional state within you. Your mind is downloading emotions. Your mind is using the pictures that you're thinking all day and the stories that you're telling yourself to send chemicals into your body that are going to be creating the emotions that are in alignment to what it is that you're thinking all day. If you're thinking fearful thoughts, your body is going to be releasing chemicals that make you in a state of fear. You're going to be very tense. You're going to feel very agitated. You're going to feel very anxious in life. If you're feeling guilt, the same thing happens. And once you've been in this emotional state for a very long time, you're going to start to experience things in life that are a match to this. For example, if you've been emotionally experiencing guilt for a very long time, this guilt becomes a point of attraction. It becomes a part of you that you start attracting circumstances, people, and things that have a propensity to make you feel guilty. If you have the same emotions with shame, with fear, with unworthiness, you will keep attracting circumstances and situations. You will keep finding yourself drawn to circumstances, situations, and people that make you feel the way that you're already feeling. So life is only reverberating your emotional state back to you. So life is always a reflection of how it is that you're feeling. So it's most important to come back to yourself and to feel yourself and to know how you are feeling, so then you can start changing your external world into something that will be more pleasing to you. Meditation. This is going to silence your mind. It is going to help you to start practicing the next tool, which is visualization. Visualization is going to help your mind start to create its own content. It's going to help your mind start to download information and visuals and stories that are in alignment with what it is that you want to create now. So you're giving your mind what you want. You're telling it, this is the kind of relationship I want. This is how I want to feel. This is how I want it to look. This is how I want to experience it. Visualize as much details as you can. Visualize where you are, how you're feeling, touch your lover, Feel the emotional response you get when you touch him or her. Talk to them. Hear their voice back. Feel the emotional response you feel when you hear their voice. Focus on where you are, the environment, the sound, what you can see, what you can hear, what you can feel. The more detailed this vision is, the more your brain is downloading emotions that's going to help you create this emotional state, and the faster it's going to come. Once you're in the emotional state of love, abundance, appreciation, harmony, support, trust, loyalty, understanding, on and on and on. Once you're in this state, then you're going to start finding yourself attracted to people, places that reverberate that state back to you, that make you feel comfortable with yourself, because your new self is abundance, harmony, confidence, appreciation, love, support, trust, happiness. That's the new you. So you only want to go to places that are a match to you. You only want to be around people that are a match to you. You only want to hear stories that are a match to you. That's how it works. So you meditate, and then you visualize your experience with your lover, and then you start to own it. You start to own your experience. You start to speak like this version of you. You start to profess these things. You start to use the energy you have in your vocal cords, because when you speak from a place within you. You speak from connection to that power that's flowing through you. You're speaking from your consciousness. The energy that connects you to the earth and everything else that is what is flowing through you, and you as a consciousness, you as a divine being is shaping that energy into sound, and you're using that energy to make sound. So when you're saying things, when you're professing things, when you're using your words, use that energy that's flowing through you, that energy of God that flows through everything, that energy of consciousness that's in everything. Use that energy to get yourself more towards the reality that you desire. Use that energy to speak what it is that you want. Own it. Let yourself have it. Let yourself have what it is that you want. You can have it. The only thing holding you back is your beliefs. You might not be able to see it now because beliefs are a tricky thing. If you've watched my previous video, I talked about belief systems and how they support themselves. Go back to this video. I believe the video is how to come back from a negative circumstance or event. If you watch this video, I explain in detail just how to bounce back when something negative has happened. And in this video, I also explain that consciousness is flowing through you, and you're using that energy to create your reality. So use that energy that flows through you to create sounds and words that are in alignment to what you want to create. Because as you're saying that, you're using the energy of thought, visualization, writing about it, which is what I call scripting. I've spoken about this in my previous videos too. And you're using the energy of your words to say these things. With time, you start to own it because your energy has practiced it so much. You start to feel it. You start to say it clearly, certainly. You start to see it in your mind, more ideas, more support of that energy. And then you eventually become it. And once you become it, you own it regardless of the external world, regardless of whoever tries to challenge you, test you, question you, or ideas that they might have that is in contradiction to what you want to create. It doesn't matter because no one is creating your reality for you. You're the one putting it into being. You're the one putting it there. So use your energy to put it there. And the more you do this, it'll form into reality just for you, just because you said so, just because you wanted it, because you are God. You are God, and you have to give yourself what you want. You're giving it to yourself. And you give it to yourself by doing the work, showing up, doing your part, meditating to silence old habits, visualizing, speaking about it, scripting, writing about it. And the more of your consciousness energy you're using to focus more on what you want to create, the more you're using your powers to bring it into being. And then the circumstances are going to come about in ways that we understand as you meet someone here, you meet someone there, you find something here, you see something on the TV, on the radio. That's how you start being attracted to the steps that are leading you to what you want. So be clear about it. Be clear about it. Visualize it. Know why you want it, what you want, and how it will feel when you're experiencing it. And know the steps in creating it. Meditation, visualization, and as much detail as you can, scripting, and own it. Own and support your desire. Use your energy to do this. No one else is going to do it for you. No one else is going to be your God. You are your own God, creating your own life in your own reality. You have to call things that you desire into being. You are that powerful. You can let yourself have and experience this. The second tool and the second thing I can teach you about creating the love life you desire is learning to be unattached. The beautiful thing about being a woman, the beautiful thing about being in this divine energy is that the female energy, or the yang, is very nurturing. It's very supportive. It's emotions, it's care, it's love. It's like a womb. It's nurture, and it's seductive, and it's beautiful, and it moves in ways within its own power and its own strength. It's a very powerful, beautiful energy. And that beauty, that power, that thing, that essence is what men are drawn to. It's what men want. It's why men come to women. It's why they like being around women regardless of the sexual part of it. It's that energy, it's that essence, it's that femininity. That is what men are drawn to. So as women, when you're creating the life you desire, when you're creating your partner, your emotions are a very strong part of it. And it's important for you to be knowledgeable about how women typically fall in love, and knowing your PowerPoint and knowing what you bring to the table, what you offer, and what makes you a woman, which is predominantly what your partner is coming for and what your partner wants and desires from you. You're bringing your own part of the agreement. And this part is how we feel we are giving in the relationship. It's how we feel we are feminine, and it is also a center of our energy, and it's also how we fall in love. We fall in love when we give, when we nurture, when we love, when we support, when we think about you, when we're concerned, when we're into you. So the ways that a woman gives of herself, gives of her feminine energy, or the ways a woman falls in love, is by giving her time, giving her mental space, giving her heart, which is the most valuable, and giving affection. So her time, her mental space, thinking about the person, trying to think things through, talking about it, asking questions, talking to friends. Her heart, when you start to feel you're concerned, you want things to go well for them, you want to advise, you want to support, you want to nurture, you want to love. And also her affection, sexuality, sensuality, playfulness with your partner, physical touch, physical affection. These are the ways we feel empowered in a relationship, and these are the ways we give, and this is what makes us feminine, and this is why men come to us. This is why men love us. This is what they desire and what they crave. So as a woman, it's important to be knowledgeable about these points, and to know that once you start to give too much of this to a masculine energy man that is not yet giving you his masculine energy, then you're going to start to feel like you're giving way too much, like you're giving more than you should give him, and you're not getting it enough. This is when resentment sets in. This is when you start to feel you're giving too much to your partner, and you're not getting enough of a commitment, you're not getting enough work, you're not feeling valued as a woman, you're not feeling appreciated, and you're just giving and giving. And then you get caught in a trap. You get caught in the trap of, I keep giving to you, and you're not giving anything to me back. And then you can't help yourself, because you start feeling like you've lost your power, and you believe the only way to get the man to give one of his best cards and one of the most powerful thing that a man has to offer a woman, which is a powerful commitment, you keep giving him more, thinking that the more you give him, the more he's eventually down the road gonna see that you're amazing and worthy and valuable and good. Then he's gonna give you a very strong commitment. That's the wrong way of going about it. That's an emotionally attached way. That's giving too much of your emotions, and you're letting your emotions control the dynamics of the relationship. You're not really being logical. This is only going to cause manipulation, guilt tripping, shaming, resentment, a lot of negative things in relationships. You have to train yourself to become unattached. You can train yourself by being knowledgeable of your emotions, understanding that once you start giving your time, once you start giving your mental space, once you start giving physical affection, once you start giving your heart, that you're going to fall in love. And once you're in love, you're going to want something from your partner. We're all people. We all want something back. We all want to feel that love back. We want to feel that appreciation back. We want to feel that desire and support back. We're human. There are some incredible human beings that can just give love and give love and give love openly and never want anything back and are fully satisfied. That is ultimately like a divine human and a perfect space to be. But most of us are not there yet. We're still in this life experience and trying to understand how to have happy, healthy relationship dynamics. So understand that the more you give this, the more you fall in love. You have to give the man an opportunity to bring in his masculine energy. You have to let him come in and provide, protect, and profess. This is a masculine energy. Men's minds think very differently from women. They're very logical, very linear, very straightforward, and they have more of an appreciation and more value of things that they've worked for. And whichever way they work for it is up to them. Whatever kind of man he is, and however it is he prefers to get what he wants and earn what he wants for himself. Ultimately, he wants to earn you, and his method is up to him. Now it's up to you as a woman to receive his energy if you like him, if you want to receive him, and then choose if he's the kind of masculine man that suits your kind of feminine energy. It's not for you to judge, condemn, criticize. You just get to choose what kind of masculine energy you want in your life and where you want that masculine energy to fit into. But ultimately, you have to wait for him to give you his masculine energy before you respond in your feminine. Now, having a knowledge of how this works, I'm going to be talking about this in my upcoming post. If you want a little bit more on the masculine and feminine energy and give and take relationships and how to create a relationship balance, and more on having a positive, happy dynamic and making sure that you're empowered in your relationship, you can put a comment in the section below and I'll put the video up sooner than I am assuming or calculating or expecting. Now, so back to this point of power and being knowledgeable. So once you understand that this is what he wants from you, these are your points of power, you know how to give this accordingly to what he is letting you know, to how much he's putting in of his masculine energy. Then you can respond likewise with your feminine energy. So be knowledgeable. Be knowledgeable of where your points of power are, where the man's point of power is, what his masculine energy is, what it wants, how it works, and what your feminine energy is, what it wants and how it works. And be clear on what you want so that when you have masculine energy coming into your life, choosing you, you know how to respond, and you can, because of your clarity, you can decide what masculine energy is going to be fitting for your energy. What masculine man, what type of man is going to be befitting for you, for your life, for what you want, for the kind of woman that you are, without judgment, shame, unworthiness, lack, or fear. The 5 low vibrational triggers that I talk about in all my videos. So having the knowledge of what is happening, so you don't get into the trap of giving too much in hope that he will eventually give in return. Having this knowledge can also help you become unattached. When you become unattached, you pull back and you're logical when you're dating. Now you can start observing your partner. You can start experimenting and seeing what you like, what you don't like, what kind of feminine you really are. You start understanding what triggers you have, what you don't like in relationships, what you want more of, what you want less of. You start to fine-tune the kind of feminine energy you want to become, and you start to understand how to sort of be in the game without taking everything that your partner does, doesn't do, says, doesn't say, or however he might be, without taking it personally and wanting to fix it and change it. You just get to love, appreciate, be free, and you learn from your experience without letting your emotions get you entangled in all these messy manipulation victim games that people can get entangled in relationships. So you become unattached. Doesn't mean you're not loving, supportive, happy. You're all these things, but your emotions are just not riding the train. Your emotions are not taking control of the relationship. You are. You're working with your mind and your heart. You're using your mind to make some clear decisions, and you're deciding that your heart is also involved, and you're also in love and enjoying this because you're in love, but you're still making clear decisions all the way. And you're no longer afraid, ashamed, guilty, feeling worthy or insecure, or believing that you're going to lack something in the future because of the choices you're making in your relationship now. I will be expanding a little bit more in this video, in my upcoming video. If you would like to see more, I suggest you put in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe. Click the alert button so you can get more updates on my next videos, and I look forward to hearing your comments. When you're knowledgeable, you understand what is happening, and you can make decisions from a clear place. It's having clarity, knowing what you want, visualizing, meditating to slow down your mind, and so you can have a clear vision of what you want, why you want it, and how you're going to feel when you're experiencing it. And the second thing is becoming unattached. You become unattached so you don't let your emotions and those chemicals just take over your decision making. So you don't fall into manipulation games and victim stories and feeling like you've given more than you should, or the imbalance that can sometimes happen in a relationship. You want a positive, harmonious, happy, abundant, loving, comfortable, trusting, beautiful dynamic. And you can create it once you start implementing the tools that I teach. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to sharing some more with you. And let me know how much you appreciate these videos by commenting and liking. And I hope you stay the blessed, beautiful, divine creatures that you are. I am Goddess Green, and I appreciate you.